everyone, it's Bren here. Welcome to this week's garden update where I actually got my big delivery of dahlias this week, so I'll show you them and I'll chat to you a little bit about my plans for extending one of the dahlia beds. Now the thing about this video is it's kind of like in two sections. One is filmed like this horizontally, and then the second half of the video is one which I recorded for my TikTok channel. It's like a garden vlog. Also, you know, I'll be showing you around the garden, and I've just attached that to the end of this video so that I can bulk it out a bit, because there was quite a lot going on this week and I didn't unfortunately get to make a very long video. So I want to give you, I was going to say good value for money, but you know what I mean. I want to give you something decent to watch. Anyway, having said all of that, let's get into it now. I love this time of year because when you go out on your daily garden wander, there's always something new to check out. Like, I've only just spotted these beautiful pink anemones which are beginning to open. This is the Icelandic poppy bud which I showed you last week. It was beginning to open. I thought it was going to be peachy, but as it's unraveling you can see there that it looks like it's going to be maybe a jewel colour. It has this very lovely vibrant orange too. It's such a thrill to see so many bees out and about once more, and even you've got some horror flies too. I just spotted one over here. Let me see if I can get it. Nah, they're always too quick for me. This part of the garden is such a mess. Like, I have to pass by it when I'm opening up the chucks. I've got pots everywhere that I've just flung, you know, after I put the plants in the ground. I really need to clear up this whole section, because the plan is, with the bed that's here that you can't even really tell at the moment, can you, because all of these nasturtiums are taking over the place. Well, there is a dahlia bed all along here that I need to tidy up, but actually I'm planning on extending it. So this part here, I'm going to put down some compost and manures, and it's going to be extended over to this section where I have a whole load of dahlias which have been in the ground now for a few years. So essentially what I'm doing is connecting this dahlia bed with the one over here, connecting them together, making one long row, which is, I haven't measured it out properly, but I'm guesstimating maybe 20 meters in length. I'm just standing in the opposite direction now because I want to talk a bit about how I'm going to support all of these dahlias. Now, if you remember last year, I tried out this new method where I cut some of this wire, making like essentially a cage to support the dahlias, and it was absolutely fabulous. It worked really well. It was fantastic support for the plants, keeping all the stems nice and straight rather than in years previous where they were just flopping over on the ground. In an ideal world, I would love to go and make a lot more of these and pretty much have them all the way down there, but as you can imagine, 20 meters of these cages can be quite expensive. I will need to go back into Bunnings and price up how much a roll of this will cost. I can imagine it's going to be a lot more expensive because pretty much materials, you know, across the board have gone up in price. But if I can, and if I feel like it's, you know, worth the expense, I will try and make more of these. But in reality, with the amount of new dahlias I'm growing, I think what I'm going to have to do when it comes to making these is create them gradually over the next few years. Financially, it's not very feasible for me to just make them all this one season. I'll be broke. I don't know whether you can hear it, but over in the raised garden bed area, the buzz of the bees is so loud. Look how many are on this flowering brassica or Asian green. I never quite figured out what it was. Oh, aren't they enjoying themselves? Look at them all. I grabbed this big parcel that I had in the kitchen. Got this delivery during the week. It's all the dahlia tubers I purchased from Garden Express, and boy oh boy am I impressed or what. Like, usually when you get dahlia tubers you get one section, but here, like, I need to open some of these up I'll put the camera down. Oh, hold on. There's some hoverflies. Oh, they're gone. They're always so fast. Look who else is over here. The girls. Eating away. Oh, look at Snowflake. Let me try and zoom in. Hey, I can see a Snowflake. You know, we can all see you in there. I've got one on camera. Hello, hoverfly. Are you enjoying the nectar in there as well? You know, it's taken me a long time to get used to insects, and I still get a bit jumpy whenever I discover a new one in my garden. But I have to say, I have such a big appreciation for them. They're so tiny, but yet they work so hard for us in the garden. Right, back to the dahlias. As usual, I just get so distracted. Check out the size of this tuber. Like, it's massive. Which is really encouraging, because once I plant this in the ground now, oh, I don't know, it's pretty much whenever I get a chance, maybe next week or so, this is going to put out so many shoots. You know, whenever you get like tubers or bulbs or plants in the mail, it's always a good idea to take them straight out of the packaging. And if they're little like seedlings, you know, give them a water. If they need to be potted up, do that as well. I'm not sure if it's terribly interesting what I've got in here. Unfortunately, I have not grown these before, so I can't show you what the flowers look like. This is a Purex. Have I grown that one before? May have, actually. Let me know if you would like to see the rest of these tubers. Or maybe actually, you know, it'll be a bit easier if I just put the names down in the comments, and then in a few months time I will show you what all the flowers look like. They sure will keep me very busy now over the next few weeks, getting them planted out. My mind's going crazy at the moment thinking about all those beautiful flowers that I'll be able to pop into garden posies. Anyway, next up is that video I made for my TikTok channel. I think I made it on Monday, so it's still very recent. Lots of interesting things happening. Let's go and check it out now. Let's go on a garden wander. I've got a few blooms on the magnolia tree. There's even some beautiful heavenly scented jasmine rambling amongst it. But in reality, I'm very sad to say that pretty much this tree unfortunately is dying. It suffered greatly when we were going through the 2019 drought. We were on water restrictions, so I couldn't even give it a decent drink, and it just has not recovered since then. I'm inside the greenhouse, which is getting pretty full with seedlings. These ones here are cosmos, and the thing is, they're all pretty much ready to be planted out, but I just don't have the garden beds ready for them yet. I didn't get much gardening done at all last week, but that's all right. I had a lot of family stuff on, like it's the end of soccer season here, so there was a gala day, plus one of my kids participated in a dance performance. But guess what? Oh, you won't believe this. This will actually shock some of you. So you remember it was almost a year ago that we had that big storm that wrecked my garden? Well, it also damaged our house too, and in the kitchen they had to put up tarp on the ceiling, and not a huge section, but you know, big enough. Well, yesterday the insurance company finally came and fixed it. They did a really great job, and it's so good to have the kitchen back to normal. The fruit and veg are really starting to ramp up now. Like, this is a purple sprouting broccoli, and about a week ago this plant was only half this size. You can see there's lots of nibbles on it from the chucks. They love eating this, but you know, it doesn't seem to affect the main crop. Just letting the girls out for the day. Good morning, beautiful ladies. How are you all going? It's all of a sudden got really cold, like my hands are freezing. I'm going to go inside quickly and grab a jacket. Back in a sec. Okay, I just got changed. This is my garden gnome fit. Made myself a coffee, and while we're here, I'm actually in the kitchen. Let me show you our new ceiling. Woohoo! Hey, the other thing I wanted to say is I know a lot of you guys are coming into winter or fall, autumn, and you're looking to get a bit of a garden fix. Well, you know what? There's a lot of board games. There's one up there. See, Three Sisters. A lot of garden orientated ones that I think you might like. These ones maybe not so much, but if you're interested in seeing more of them, let me know. Okay, I'm back into it. Over here by the raised beds. Not really a whole lot to look at the moment, but it is only early spring. In this bed, I've got a whole load of different types of radishes and turnips. And what I do need to do, something I haven't got around to yet, falling over myself, I need to take these off. Oh, I hope I don't pull out any plants. I put these over the baby seedlings or when I've freshly sown an area, just to stop the chickens from scratching them up. And they seem to have done the job. Oh, I feel so bad. I've definitely neglected these plants. Calendulas, look at the state of them. Oh my goodness. Maybe I'll just like shove them in some water and it might help spruce them back. The poppies over here, Icelandic poppies. I've got one that's about to open. Looks like a peachy coloured one. It's a mixed palette in here. Listen to me saying palette. Don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, ooh, that one looks like it might be a red perhaps. If you've been following me along for a while, you will know that I absolutely love colourful flowers. Well, I am trying out something a bit different here in this pot. It's all white, so alyssum, ornamental kale, English daisies, Bellus perennis, that's what they're called, and then these, oh look at this, this is a snapdragon. Look at the amount of buds on it. It's all white too. I can't wait for this to fill out nicely. There's a lot of green going on down here. They're larkspur, Flanders poppies, coriander, onions. No, they're not onions, they're carrots. This is a forgotten gladiolus that I didn't realise was there. There's actually two of them, but I'm just going to leave them. Now, something, oh yeah, and of course, heaps of weeds. But this is what I'm most excited about. The coriander, or some of my US gardening friends call this, not cilantro, yeah, cilantro. Like, do you ever wonder why we call it different names? I must look into it. And maybe I can make a video about it if anyone's curious. Right, I think it's time that I might have to take off this garden hat and put on the mother one because I can hear my kids. Let's see how much we can squeeze in. Some of my cauliflower and broccoli plants has just been an absolute disaster. I cannot keep on top of these garden pests eating them, and they just don't seem to be grown at all. Ugh, it's starting to rain. I can hear my kids. I have to go inside. Not going to let this go to waste though. Let's eat it. Well, we have come to the end of this week's garden update. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed what you've just seen. Also, you know, you can leave a comment or share with your friends. All of that really helps to support my channel. And if you're new here, this is your first time seeing me and my cottage garden located in New South Wales, Australia. You know, why not maybe subscribe? All of that would be absolutely wonderful. I upload a video every single Friday. Well, I think that's about it. I hope you all have a great week ahead and happy gardening.